they have not fixed shape, neither fixed volume. It means in gaseous state the shape is not fixed nor the volume is fixed. Why it is so? Because of least force of attraction in between the particle. To the next, they have least density in comparison to solid and liquid state. To the next, they have greater interparticle space. To the next, if they have greater interparticle space, then they have least force of attraction. They have least force of attraction. To the next, if they have least force of attraction, then they are free to move and has greatest kinetic energy in comparison to all the states of matter. It means they have greater kinetic energy. To the next, if they have greater kinetic energy, then they have random motion. They have random motion. It means the direction of moving particle is not fixed. The next, if they have greater interparticle space, it means they can be compressed. It means they are compressible. What we sought out, they have not fixed shape, neither fixed volume, because of lesser force of attraction. They have least density. To the next, they fill the container in which they are kept. Why it is so? Because they have negligible force of attraction. If they have negligible force of attraction, then they will occupy such much volume which is available to them. And if they are going to occupy such much volume which is available to them, then they have not fixed volume. To the next, they have less force of attraction. They have greater kinetic energy. If they have greater kinetic energy, they have random motion. They are incompressible. They are compressible. They fill the container in which they are kept. Let us do an experiment to show that the liquid has not fixed shape, but it has fixed volume. In order to do it, let us take a measured quantity of liquid in a container. To show what we have to do, by this activity we have to show that liquid have fixed volume but not fixed shape. In order to understand it, we have to perform this activity. How to do it? Let us see. We will take a RB flask. This one is RB flask. This one is round bottom flask. The next one will take another conical flask. The next we will take a cylindrical flask. And after that we will fill this container by a measured volume of water. What is the shape here? The shape of liquid is circular, like a sphere. But when we transfer this liquid to this container, the same amount of liquid to this container, the liquid acquires the shape of the conical flask. The next, if we transfer this liquid into this container, then it acquires the shape of the cylindrical container. It means what we see here? It means what we see here that a liquid has not fixed shape, but it will get the shape of the container in which they are kept. Clear? Let us perform another experiment to show that the gases has not fixed shape, neither fixed volume. It means to show that gases have not fixed shape, nor fixed volume. In order to justify this experiment, in order to know this characteristic, we will take two balloons. We will take two balloons. One. The next one. If we fill that balloon with a definite amount of air, then it will acquire this shape. If we fill that same volume, that amount of air which is in this balloon, if we transfer to next balloon, then it will acquire this shape. It means if the rubber of the balloon is stronger, then it will have lesser volume. Clear? If the rubber of this balloon is weaker, it means it is more elastic, then it will acquire greater volume. It means the elasticity of the balloon will determine what is the volume of that gas. Clear? To the next, we see here the shape is somewhat circular and here the shape is somewhat cylindrical. It means by this experiment we come to know that the gases has not fixed shape. See here the shape is circular and here it is somewhat cylindrical. Not fixed volume, it means the volume will depend. It means I have told you earlier that it fills the container in which it is kept. If we have 1 gram of gas and if we place this gas in this balloon, then it will acquire the whole space inside the balloon. To the next one, if we are going to place that 1 gram of gas in a bigger container, then it will acquire the whole space of that container, as I have stated you that the gases fill the container in which they are kept. It does not matter that what is the volume of the container, it will acquire such much volume of the container because there is lesser and lesser force of attraction in between the particle of gases. That means what we conclude? We conclude that the gases has not fixed shape nor fixed volume. Clear? We will perform another experiment to show that the solids and liquids are incompressible whereas the gases are compressible. In order to verify it, in order to know it, we will take 3 syringes. How it is so? Let us see. To show that solid and liquid are incompressible. Whereas gases are compressible. As I have told you that in case of solid and liquid, their particle have lesser interparticle space. It means because of lesser interparticle space, in case of solid and liquid, they are incompressible. Whereas we know in case of gases, they have greatest interparticle space, and if they have greatest interparticle space, they can be compressed. We will justify this statement by doing an experiment. Let us take the syringe. And having a piston there. So the next we will take similar syringe. We will take 3 syringes. Clear? And in all this syringe, we'll place. In all this syringe, what we do? In the first, we will place salt. To the next one, we will place water. And to the next, we will place gas. On placing these substances, we will close the tip with the help of rubber cord. Clear? What we do on filling these substances, salt, it is in solid state, water, liquid, and the gas, as the state is there, gas state. We will mark the position of syringe in all the 3 states, and we will pressurize it. We will try to compress it. What we will see that there is not compression in the case of salt and water, whereas in case of gas we see that it is compressed. By doing this experiment, what we conclude? We conclude that the solid liquids are incompressible because they have least interparticle space, whereas gases are compressible because they have greatest interparticle space. Let us discuss the diffusion. In the previous class, we have done an experiment. What is that one? That in a cylindrical tube, we had taken the bromine gas, which is reddish brown in color, and in other cylindrical tube, we take the gases. We have the mixture of gases. Let us see here. We have a cylindrical tube. and we have places air into it. And to the next, in another cylindrical tube, we'll take bromine Br2, that is reddish brown in color. What we see here? We see when we join this two tube, then the color of whole the cylindrical tube will become reddish brown. Why this is so? This is so because the gases has tendency to move. It means what we see? We see the gases bromine mixed to this gas and this gas mixed to this gas. That's why the color of whole the cylindrical tube will become reddish brown. It means diffusion means the mixing of gases. And why there is mixing? Because the particle has tendency to move. The mixing is of gas is termed as diffusion. To more clear definition, what is diffusion? Diffusion means the movement of substances from their higher concentration to their lower concentration. It means what we sort of diffusion means the mixing of gases, or we can say that the movement of substances from their higher concentration to their lower concentration. What we see here? We see here the concentration of bromine is higher and here the concentration of bromine is 0. It means it has lower concentration. To the next, what we see here? The concentration of gases, air is here is higher and here the concentration of air is lower. It means when we join this two tube, then the gas will move from its higher concentration to lower concentration and bromine will move from its higher concentration to lower concentration. The mixing of gases, we can say the movement of substances from their higher concentration to lower concentration is known as diffusion. To the next one we will discuss. I have told you while dealing with the Brownian motion that the movement of particle increases when we increase the kinetic energy. Why this? When we increase, movement of particle increases, it means their kinetic energy increases when we increase the temperature. It means I have told you when the water is hot, then the movement of particle is much fast. It means when we increase the temperature, the movement of particle increases and the kinetic energy increases, and that's why the rate of diffusion also increases. To the next one, if we increase the temperature, if we increase the temperature, then the movement of particle increases. We can say their kinetic energy increases. Therefore, the rate of diffusion is faster. What we sort out? In short, we can say the rate of diffusion is higher when we increase the temperature. Clear? So the next, if we compare the three states of the matter, in solid, in liquid and in gaseous state, we know in case of solid state, the molecules are tightly packed, they have least kinetic energy, therefore the rate of diffusion is lesser in case of solid state. So the next, we know that in case of liquid state, the molecules are somewhat free to move, therefore they have somewhat greater, higher diffusion in comparison to solid state. So the next, we know in case of gaseous state, the particles is somewhat free, more free in comparison to liquid state, then the rate of diffusion is highest in case of gaseous state, then in liquid state, and then in solid state. It means we know the particles in solid state are tightly packed, it means they have lesser kinetic energy, therefore the rate of diffusion is slowest in solid state. To the next, in liquid state, the molecules are somewhat free, therefore they have higher rate of diffusion in comparison to solid. And to the next one,